Hello students, so in this video I'm going to introduce you to the Pearson Speaking and Listening Entry 3 exams because we've missed 2 Mondays, so here's what you can do at home to practice for your speaking and listening exams at entry level 3. So the speaking and listening exam consists of 2 parts, listening and speaking. You will be video recorded. You will take the exams in pairs. Okay, the exam will be done by your teacher, class teacher. Okay, so first, what you will have to do is you will have to introduce yourself and say your registration number, which will be given to you by your teacher on the day of the exam. Then you will do this listening part. The listening part you will do individually, one person, one student at a time. And let me talk you through the listening part. So the teacher will say, Part A, listen and respond. Total time allowed per candidate for Part A is 10 minutes. And this is what you will hear. Please listen to what I am going to read. I will ask you 3 questions. You can make notes. And then your teacher will read, for example, this is an example text, and this is what you will hear. Okay? You can make notes. So you only make notes of the important things. You know, just the reason for note taking is that you will be asked 3 questions later. And it is just to help you remember what the text is about and some details, to remember the details from the text. Okay, so this is an example text. The text will be read in such a pace. Smartphones are very popular. As well as using phones to make calls, you can use them to organize your daily life. On a phone, you can store important dates, set an alarm, check the weather forecast, download music, do online shopping. Smartphones are not always a good thing. They are a problem if people rely too much on their phone, stop talking face to face, waste time playing games, use their phone while driving. So this is the text, and then the teacher will read this text again, and again you can make notes. Okay, and then you will be asked 3 questions about the text. For example, about this text, the first question, it's the practice paper. It's not a live exam, it's a practice paper, yeah? What is this text mainly about? So always the first question during your listening part of the exam is, what is this text mainly about? Very often the first sentence suggests what the text is about. Okay, in this case the text is about smartphones or using smartphones. Okay, then you've got question number 2. Tell me 3 things you could use a smartphone for. So then you can look at your notes and say 3 things that you could use a smartphone for from the text that has been read to you, not about what you think in your life, what you use the smartphone for, but from what has been read to you. And question number 3, tell me 2 reasons why smartphones can be a problem. Okay? And that's the end of part A. That's the end of the listening part. Okay? Then part B is engage in discussion, and it's the speaking part, which you will take part in 2s. Okay? So there'll be 2 of you in the exam room with your teacher. You'll be video recorded, and here is the part 2. This is what will be read to you. Part B, engage in discussion. Total time allowed for Part B, 25 minutes. Maximum, okay? And this is what your teacher will read to you. You will now discuss a topic with each other. This must include giving your views, asking each other at least 1 different question, and answering each other's questions. Okay, so it's important in part B to ask each other at least 1 different question about the topic. And here I've got the topic. Yes, so this is what you will hear. Okay. As an example, the topic is about your town. The local council wants to improve the area for people who live in the town. Shops, parks, sports facilities and transport are some of the things that could be improved. Together, you are to discuss, you and your partner, yeah, how you could improve the shops, parks and sports facilities in your town, how you could improve the transport in your town, other ways your town could be improved, and finally, agree on 1 or 2 suggestions to give to your local council. Okay, so you and your partner will have to agree together on 1 or 2 suggestions that you could give to the council about how to improve the area for people who live in your town. Okay, and so here are some examples of what you can say. For example, candidate A, so student A says, for example, my town needs a bigger supermarket, and student B can respond, yes, but we have too many supermarkets already, because it's a discussion between the two of you. Okay, I think my cousins would love a new football pitch because the current one is in a bad state. Okay, and here are just some examples. You can have a look at what you can say. Remember that you also have to make a suggestion together and make a suggestion and agree on 1 or 2 suggestions. For example, I think that our town needs more facilities for young people. And the constructive contribution example could be, yes, and that would give young people something to do. So that means that you both agree on that suggestion. Okay? You've got more examples here of what you will be assessed against. You have to express your views on potential improvements. And here you've got examples, you can read them. Okay? And here you've got another example of making a suggestion. Okay? And remember that you have to ask at least 1 different question during the discussion. For example, do you think more buses will help the town or will they cause more pollution? And you can think of some other questions that you can ask about the topic. Okay, and that's it. That's the end of the assessment. Okay, so just to sum up, the speaking and listening exam at entry 3 consists of 2 parts: listening that you take individually, and you hear the text twice, you can make notes, and then you will be asked 3 questions about it. And the speaking part that you take in pairs, you have to then talk about the topic that your teacher will read to you. It could be any topic. We can practice more in class. And during the exam, you have to express your views and opinions, ask questions, and make some suggestions. Okay? Do you have any questions? If so, please comment on our Google Classroom, and I will be happy to answer all your questions. So this is just the introduction. We'll practice this in class as well, and you will practice it with your other teacher too. Thank you.